worker there. You see him? Well, open your damn eyes then. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them, alive again. I'm the announcer of worlds, and what I say goes.
Yeah. Jackie Bros.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap the man. Your Uncle Dunlap the man. Cousin Uncle Dunlap the man. Folks, if you are new listeners, this is a show where Jackie Bros and I get together and we just sort of bash Trump every once in a while, and we tell stories about our youth.
Yeah. It's pretty much it. Talk about whatever's going on today and how bad the president is doing whatever. That's pretty much all it's on here, I guess.
Yeah. I don't know what else people want.
I don't know. It's not that complicated, I don't think. It's, people have
some local sponsors.
Well, yeah, you do. That's just to keep the lights on, so to speak. You got the package on that we do.
Oh, it's very important. It's been, how long has it been since we've been away?
I can't. I lost track of time. I don't remember.
There's a haze in my brain. But you remember being dead and inside the talking Christmas gift, though.
Well,
you remember that part, right?
You told me that, and it sounds far-fetched, but I might have dreamt. I think I dreamt something like that.
Right. Well, no, we were there. It wasn't a dream.
I don't know about that. It could have, I don't personally think, it doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, I know the difference between a dream and a drug hallucination and real life.
I don't like it, man.
That's not true. I'm going to walk that back. Many times I do not know the difference between a dream and a drug hallucination.
Well, there you go, right then.
So, I'm pretty sure that we died in the... Folks, another thing that we do is we local sponsors, and we give updates on Murfreesboro, our town, our hometown. About
a lot goes on here.
A lot goes on. We plug our Patreon.
Yeah. Which we want to thank all of the Patreon people. Thank you so much. Yeah. Thank you kindly.
Hopefully all y'all survived.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, they better. I hope so.
We plugged Seth Timbs' record, Record and Pause, to go get that. If he's still alive, I'm not sure.
Great Nashville
If he's
musician.
alive, it's great. You can enjoy it and tell him. If he's dead, it's a tribute, a warm, loving tribute.
I don't remember him being at the show. So he might not have been in harm's way, but I don't know.
Anything can happen.
That's true. Anything.
We also tell people the rates and reviews. Our podcast.
That's on iTunes, Chachas, YouTubes, Facebooks, and Twitters.
And then we bash Trump, and that's pretty much the whole show. So that's buckle up.
If you like any of that, this is probably what you should listen to.
But now on this episode, we do have to go through a lot of what happened the night of the Junior Samples musical when the haunted devil dogs attacked the audience and killed me and Jackie.
Yeah.
Sent us into the limbo-like innards of the talking Christmas gift, one of the perennials of the cosmos.
Maybe. I don't know if I remember.
And then also, I just remember I jacked off a lot.
All right, I don't want to hear about it.
That could be anywhere.
I don't want to hear about it.
I could have fallen asleep jacking off.
All right, I don't care. I don't want to remember any of that if that happened. I don't want to know the first thing about it. Enough. Things a little hazy. I do remember all the demonic, dogs attacking the city of Murfreesboro. That's hard to block out. But after that, it gets a little fuzzy.
Folks,
they said that we didn't have pulse, all that stuff. But, people on the gurney and they come back around, so I don't know.
It's always hard. When they take blood from me, they say it's always hard to find a vein or a pulse or a heartbeat.
Right, yeah.
Because they say it's just the layers of You know how we say, "Oh, look at this meat's real good. It's marbled." They say that's what I'm like, and it sort of dampens the sound of anything that would prove I was alive.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get blood out or hear my vital sounds.
Well, it's just one of them things, But I'm glad we're here
and
with
Jackie's
you now.
blood probably courses at such a low rate, such a low, sluggish rate, almost as if he's been in a freezer for a few hours.
The doctor's the only one that needs to tell me what my blood does. You don't need to sit there and speculate on it.
Hey, first of all, nobody tells me what I can and can't say about what somebody else's blood does.
What?
I don't know.
You talk about somebody else's blood then all you want. I don't talking about me.
Hey, speaking of blood, folks, it was a massacre. Everybody was murdered.
Yeah, well, not everybody. Some people, unfortunately, lost their lives through, it was one of those.
Who did die? I'm not sure who was on the. I thought I was just exaggerating the truth, but there were some people.
They're still going, and they're still identifying people. I don't think we need to get into that till we know all the facts on that.
But
and we
all
can
the
give a
dogs
list.
are fine.
They're fine, thank goodness. That's the best thing. These dogs, because we knew something was wrong with them. We didn't know it was going to be dangerous to the city at large.
I had an idea that it was going to be dangerous.
Well, that's people speculating.
Because they were terrifying devil dogs.
Well, just because you don't judge a book by its cover, yes, they look. In this case, yes, it's like a Stephen King book. Like it puts a skeleton on it, open that up, it's, you getting what you asked for. In this case, it was like that. You did judge this by its cover. You should
judge it by Stephen King cover.
Yes, because these dogs, scared stuff. But these dogs were sick, blood throwing up.
Ice cold blood
throwing that up.
Waking up every morning at 3:17 a.m.
Yeah,
worse than Amityville time.
Just staring off, just always same direction, just always.
And later they got in the trees.
That was toward the end. Looking back on that, when they started getting up in the trees, that should have been the final. You know what I mean? Everything else, sure. Looking strange, standing still, waking up, all be, the blood part too, on a regular basis, throwing up cold blood. But when they got up in the trees, maybe we should have, I don't know what we could have done, I'll be honest. I don't know, what should we have done at that time where people would still be with us rather than not. I don't know what that action would have been. I don't know.
Well, they say hindsight's 20/20.
Well, yeah.
It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
There was a time when you were mine in 1982.
Yeah.
Wait, 62? No, 82, right?
82. I don't remember the years.
Played 1982 by Randy Travis. They couldn't find 1982.
How do you reckon he's doing these days?
I think better.
Good. As long as it ain't worse, good for him.
No, he's doing good.
I'm glad to hear it, yeah. For a while there, I guess touch ago we were concerned, but I'm glad he's doing better. Good for him. He's still singing?
Yeah, I think they've been having him. He's working up to it. I think he's getting better all the time. He might have sung. He's been on some benefits and Grand Ole Opry.
I want him to do good. I want him to get out there.
Yeah, he's out there.
Get back in control of his life. Get out there and do some singing.
No,
what the good Lord put him on earth to do. He got a talent. He does.
Maybe it's just my phone. I get a lot of Randy Travis on here. Like, you won't believe. Hold your tears in, because Randy Travis showed up again at the Grand Ole Opry. And you're talking to one of those young people. I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
He's doing all right.
Good for him.
He's talking to young people. He's doing better than I am.
Yeah. Good for him. Just hope he's happy and healthy, that's all. And singing good.
So I guess that's it for the Devil Dogs. Randy Travis. Wait.
Huh?
No, the Devil Dogs. This is very important, folks.
They're
if you're
better
a new
now.
listener.
First off, we mean to make that completely clear that these animals, all these dogs are back to their old selves. They've all gone home. Everybody wants to keep them. Everybody's loving on them, and just back to north. Thank goodness, this was taken care of. They were completely, what's the word? They
performed an exorcism.
It's Catholic thing, and whatever it is, I don't care as long as the dogs feel better. I don't know precisely what it is. But Padre, he was living out back of my place for a while. Do you remember Padre?
In your yard. He was just in your yard. You made a man sleep in your yard.
I didn't make him stay. I let him stay. I didn't make him. I said, you got to stay out here in the yard. I didn't tell him that. He asked me, you mind if I, he, for whatever reasons, I ain't getting into that at the time, believe it or not. What are you playing?
In 1982.
1982, yeah. It's good.
It is a good song. That's a good song. Ain't many bad Randy Travis songs.
No, I don't think so. I just like his voice. Anything he's singing on sounds good to me.
What's that one he does with George Jones?
Bear Run, something like that. Don't they do the going to get beer?
That's Garth Brooks.
That's Garth Brooks sings that one. I'm trying to think young people that did. I know Randy Travis ain't really young.
Like 90 years old.
He ain't that old.
I think Alan Jackson is new, and he come out in 1963.
I know.
Randy Travis and George Jones had a song that. What is the song that Randy Travis and George Jones had?
Cool Head, featuring Kid Cudi, is by Travis Barker.
What is it?
Cool Head, featuring Kid Cudi, is by Travis Barker.
Who? I don't know.
You know what? I wish somebody would publish a book called Bar Siri, and it's just things that people ask Siri in a bar, and I bet what is the song that Randy Travis and George Jones had is on that list.
Yeah. What, your phone? On the phone? What is it?
So I guess that wraps up and answers all the questions you had about the junior sample, the ill-fated.
Well, not really. I was getting to that. You remember Padre, he was excommunicated with Catholic town.
Jackie has a long-time beef
Well, this
Catholics.
ain't got nothing to do with me.
Remember when that was funny? Like, oh, Jackie hates Catholics. Who knows what's going to happen tomorrow? That guy who hated Catholics went to Jerusalem.
Yeah.
Also hated Jews.
Yeah.
And preached against everybody.
Yeah. That's a good.
He preached against everybody except his wife and two of his kids.
Huh? He didn't preach against Jesus, did he?
Yeah.
Well, he's doing all right for himself. That's a good job for a preacher to go do something like that. Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're a hate-filled preacher and you get a free ticket to the Middle East, you're doing something right.
Yeah. I guess I ain't agreeing with it. I'm just saying.
I mean, I like to travel, but I don't know if that's the path. Anyway, Jackie hates Catholics.
I don't say that. I had a misunderstanding years ago.
Maybe tomorrow you get a phone call and be like, "There's a plane ticket for you at the damn International Nashville Airport, Mr. Broles."
Airport? Well, I ain't going nowhere. Hell.
We need you to get to the Ukraine stat.
I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going to Ukraine. Hell no. I ain't going in those places.
So if you have any lingering questions about the ill-fated Justin Junior Samples musical and the Devil Dogs, you can email them to us, but I think we've answered pretty much everything.
No, it didn't answer anything. What are you talking about? It didn't answer. Look. Padre, when he was staying, the Catholic town kicked him out, didn't have no place to go. A priest dog, which was his, an ordained dog that did, hoping.
Oh, priest dog. He was good. He wore the
Well, he turned
collar.
in. He back to normal now. He's doing fine now. He got the collar back on, but he got exposed those animals, and I think he just turned into, he got one of those demon dogs happened to him, too.
That's Randy Travis and George Jones.
That is a song.
A Few Old Country Boys.
All right.
Say it's good to know there's still a few old country boys around.
Should be our theme song.
What is it?
It's good to know there's still a few old country boys
I
around.
like him too, saying, yeah, good.
Well, we've done 15 minutes on this, Jackie. Surely we've wrapped up everybody's questions and plot points.
I'm through answering anyway. Either way, I had enough. I don't even remember where I left off, so I guess, yeah, sure. We talk about the news now.
What do you know what's been happening? I remember watching a TV in the Christmas gifts, in the bowels of the Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Seems
like I dreamed something on the TV. You know, it's all bad. Everything's terrible. Whether I see it in a dream or see it in real life, it's all terrible.
Is it better to see terrible things in a dream or in real life?
I think it's about the same as far as I can tell. I mean, if it's a dream and it ain't real, then that ain't, that's, if it's the same thing, because some people see in the future or something like that, soothsayers or something, that, they'll dream something and it'll come to fruition, but if you just dream it and it don't happen, I think that's probably not as good,
But you're never going to get a good night's sleep.
No.
I didn't say that part. You'd have this dream every night.
Yeah.
Would you rather have the dream of the Trump presidency every night or wake up and it's the reality, but you get to sleep?
I don't want to dream about him. I don't want it real. I don't want either. If I had to make a choice, I'd have nightmares every night because that's just putting the hurt on me.
Well, you need your
He ain't
rest.
putting the hurt on. Well, at my age, I'll take the bullet for everybody else. If it was up to me and he wouldn't be president, but you'd have to dream about him being president every night. I'm up there in age. I'll take that because eventually that's going to, stroke you out or something, before it does him anyway. But I would take that on so people wouldn't be separated from a family and all the stuff, the terrible things they do in the country.
That's a good
I'd
plan.
take that on me, yeah. I'd bring them dreams on.
That's a good sentiment. That's more presidential, Jackie. You ought to think about running for president someday.
No.
That's more presidential than anything Trump has ever said.
No.
Trump won't even say. We've been alive for somewhere between 17 minutes and 2 weeks, and
Things
already
hazy. Things are hazy.
Things are hazy, and already I'm furious.
Oh, yeah. I did. Well, today, when everybody was old, the North Korea thing didn't go good. Remember? There's today. I don't know why that's a surprise to anybody.
We're not saying that we want the North Korea thing to fail.
No, I just never thought there was going. If he had anything to do with it, I knew damn well nothing was going to come of it. That's all I'm saying.
I don't want it to fail. I want it to be resolved.
I want peace. I want it. If he could pull it off, good. Give him the Nobel Peace Prize. Do all that stuff. But I knew from the get go, well, he going to do this? Hell no.
Yeah, if it's going to fail, and it going to fail, then we should at least enjoy it.
Hey, nothing else you can do. I mean, yeah.
I guess that's what people who voted for Trump said too. Well, if the country's going down the fucking shithole,
Hey, watch your mouth.
we might as well have some laughs at a liberal's fucking head exploding
All right,
expense.
watch your mouth.
So they're sitting there laughing it up. So what's the difference between us going, that dumbass can't even win nuclear peace with North Korea, and them laughing at us every time they post a thing on the website that calls people animals?
And then also getting mad at you because you think it's funny that North Korea fell apart. You don't love America, get mad at that.
Well, okay, let's single out the parts that are funny. It's not funny that we're all going to die.
No.
It's not funny that America got showed up by some 2-bit dictator
No.
who's shaped like a shmoo wearing a wig. It ain't funny that China is like 100% number one in the world right now,
Oh, yeah.
thanks to the Trump administration. Those things are not funny.
No.
It's funny that Trump's somewhere going. It's funny that Trump went from, I'm getting a Nobel Peace Prize to, however mad he got when this fell apart.
Yeah.
Since he got elected, we've pretty much been waiting on the bombs. So if he gets mad before they come, I think we should be able to enjoy it.
I guess so. It ain't much to enjoy out of all this. You get what little you can because it ain't going to last long.
You think in Independence Day, when they thought, oh, hell, all the aliens are going to come eat our brains, and Will Smith's like, well, I'm going to take a cigar with me. Maybe there's a backstory to the cigar I'm forgetting. Do you remember, Jackie?
I don't know.
To me, for the purpose of this tangent.
Said aliens, I don't hardly remember. That's the one with the blow up Washington and all that. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to say that Will Smith was like, well, aliens are going to eat my head, but I'm going to enjoy this nice cigar somewhere along the way.
Man.
Right, because he has a cigar at Independence Day, am I right?
I guess. I seen him with a cigar and something, yeah.
Or was that in the video for Miami?
It could have been, I don't know what that is, but I mean, yeah. He was in the one you talked about, he's flying the jet around.
Yes.
Well, then he smoked a cigar. I think all jet flyers.
Does Will Smith have a cigar in the movie Independence Day starring Bill Pullman or Bill Paxton?
Who?
I'm not finding anything for that.
Fuck you!
Hey, watch your mouth.
How could she? I just gave her the whole plot.
I wouldn't ask phone, expect anything back from it. That's what you do over and over again. I wouldn't. I ain't gonna trust nothing. I don't know what's inside of there or who's saying that. I don't know who it is. It's that stranger to me. It said, oh, it's your phone. Well, sure, it's your phone, but I don't know who that voice is coming across it. It's just like a computer. You know, you get on there and you think you're talking to a pretty girl or something. And this fella goes, I want to come meet you somewhere. And you show up, and it's
that's sexist.
something you don't like, whatever that is.
I think that's sexist.
Why?
Old fashioned.
Well, you think you're talking to
possibly
a lady and it's a man. If you know it's a man and want to talk to a man, that's fine. I don't care about that. I'm saying somebody tricking somebody is what I'm saying.
You're reinforcing some old stereotypes.
Well,
are you sure that's not what you're thinking of?
I don't think I'd be thinking of that song. I don't like rap music too much.
Well, that's racist too.
Why ain't it racist? I don't like it. I don't like rap music. It ain't because who's rapping. Or white people rap, black people rap, Asian people rap. I don't like it. It don't have nothing to do with.
What if Jesus rapped?
He don't.
How do you know?
Because I know he didn't.
Have you been to church lately?
No, but in the Bible it doesn't say then he rapped.
How do you know when you look at that King James version and everything's in red, how do you know that red does not mean hip-hop?
All right.
How do you know he wasn't rapping it? We don't know. That's a translation.
No.
That's a translation.
Well,
you don't know who's translating what. Maybe they're trying to keep hip-hop out of the Bible.
Jesus didn't rap. He didn't sing. He didn't dance. That's not what he told sermons. He told them, talked them. That's what he did. He wasn't an entertainer. He was the Son of God. So I don't think he'd have time to, do, the miracles and stuff. Sure, people were impressed with that, and I'm sure a few times people would applaud something like it. I'm sure thinking, he's a talented magician or something.
Well,
but that's not just what he did. He did a lot of talking.
Sure, but, other magicians do other things, too. Harry Anderson, rest in peace,
yeah.
was a magician and an actor.
Yep.
And wrote a
But he was not the Savior. He wasn't the Savior.
Herald.
He wasn't the Son of God, was he? No, he was great, and I miss him, and he's a wonderful man. But he was not, in any way, shape, or form, the Son of God, like Jesus is.
Also, I don't remember him rapping. There's a Mel Torme thing.
Yeah. Mel Torme almost kind of raps in a weird white way. Doesn't he sing real fast, talk real fast or something? What's it, Mel?
Scat.
What is it?
Scat.
Scat.
When you scat sing? You ever tried to scat sing?
That's when you go doobie 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 ooba doobie something. Yeah. I don't do it, no.
No, you don't. Where was I going somewhere with this?
Going where?
I don't know. Something about Jesus.
He's the Son of God, died for all sins. End of story. You want to learn more about him, go to church this Sunday. Get up and go.
Are you going to go to church?
Well, no, I'm probably not going to go this Sunday.
What if you walked into church and it was half hip-hop rap service?
Well, people won't come. If don't matter what kind of music you like, if you want to come praise the Lord, you're welcome to.
Except around Jackie with that hip-hop.
I
But you own an NFL team, Jackie.
Putting words in my mouth. Putting words in my mouth. NFL team. Don't even start that. Now stop it.
You better kneel when the anthem plays and turn that noise off.
No, you're not supposed to kneel.
That's the Jackie Brawls version. You don't kneel. Oh, right. You kneel. See, I've already gotten it confused. To me now, I thought you were supposed to kneel. This has been in the news so long. It just makes sense. You kneel when you pray. You kneel when they play the national anthem. Take your hat off and kneel.
You kneel when you pray and you stand for national anthem. Different things. Different things. Two different things.
Just lump it all in together. Come on.
And somebody need to make it simpler because no matter what it is you do, nobody gives a damn one way or the other. That's what it needs to be.
They can't make people kneel because it's hard for people to get up and down.
Yeah.
People's knees give out.
You get to a certain age. Now, football players, they're in pretty good shape, most of them. Besides the head injuries, in the long run. But other
They're
than
in
that,
awful shape.
well, getting up and down off your knees, yeah. So what? The NFL just made it worse for themselves. All they did, they thought they was trying to do something. We got to do something about this. So you just made it worse. I don't understand any of it.
Do you think Trump people really turned off the NFL? Do you think that really happened?
Hell, I don't know what Trump people do.
It's hard to say. I mean, because Trump people love football. Trump loves football, right? He loves talking about football. Not like Nixon loves.
He don't like football. He don't like football. Trump don't watch football. What sport does he sit around and look at? He don't watch anything but people talk about him. That's all he watches on TV.
Well, he liked the USFL, right? Didn't he try to get that going? What did he try to do?
He tried to buy something.
Or what was it?
Don't
Football?
mean he like it. He don't watch sports. You know damn well he don't.
Was that real football, or was it like football with like a smaller yard and naked cheerleaders?
Hell, I don't know.
So now, if people are like, I ain't going to watch this anymore if all the players are protesting, does that help? See, that it doesn't matter whether people turn it off or not. It doesn't matter what happens. All that matters is that Trump's got people mad. That's where he thrives.
Yep.
Like a damn, I know people have said this a million times, but it's just so true. He's the Ghostbusters 2 villain. If people aren't mad, there's no Trump. He is here because people are mad. He used to be here because people like coveted their neighbors' like gold and wife's ass. Or husband's ass. Or partner's ass. Look, there was ass coveting. In the 80s, people wanted money and ass. That's straight out of Wall Street, the Michael Douglas film.
Well, that's where the speech he makes, yeah.
The money and ass.
They gave him what you call an Oscar for that. Remember them saying that?
Typical Hollywood. Something to it. But now Trump exists because it's because everybody's mad. So with whatever era it is, does Trump just represent the worst of that era? Like in the 80s, it was just about lying and greed and coveting, and now it's just anger and lying and bullshit.
Yep.
Racism. Well, there was racism back then too. Actually, I guess really it cuts across all eras. It kind of sticks around. It's pretty much the same thing. Is he on an episode of Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
I don't know. I never did watch that show. I don't know who's on that.
You never watched one episode of
I
Lifestyles
remember
of
when
the
it
Rich
was
and
on
Famous.
because the man talked funny. You know, he'd come on, he'd be on a boat or something somewhere, and like, you know, whatever it was he said. That I knew when I heard it. Just when you turn it off. I did turn it over anyway. You don't turn it off. Just change channel.
Who did they have on that show? I mean, was it just
know.
like movie stars, or was it like the...
Probably people you never heard of. You know, just real estate people. Whatever. I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Who was on Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous?
Let me check that. Okay,
ask
I found this on the web for who was the last hours of the Rich and Famous.
What?
I didn't ask.
Why do you even use that? It's a waste of time for anybody to have to listen to it, let alone me sitting there and have to go through it. Why the hell you ask that thing anything?
Oh, this sounds pretty good, though. Listen, 11 last meals of the rich and famous, 31 haunting last photos of famous people,
What?
the surprising sleep habits of the rich and famous, infographic, famous last words of 19 famous people, autopsy, the last hours of ... Reels channel.
What the hell are you talking about?
I don't know, but I got my night planned.
I was through.
I guess so.
I don't know what else to talk about.
I mean, there's more news and there's more Murfreesboro updates.
Well, I think we covered all that. We got all.
I guess we're all
got
done.
everybody up to
All
speed on that. I think. I don't know.
I guess
what
we're
else.
done with the news too.
Is that all happening? I mean, I can't keep up. What this spy stuff is a bunch of excuse my language, bull crap. He's running his mouth off. I don't think it ain't reading it for me to even have to study on that, is it? When he says something like, "Oh, he said this and that," like it's a bunch of bull.
No, it's funny. It's like if a really dumb mobster was in charge of was just on the news all the time, and so when they'd say, they got you wire saying you killed Tubby Two Shoes," and like, "Oh no, that was a misunderstanding."
Yeah.
And then just what he says. It seems to me like if the mobster's under investigation, then what he says should not automatically cast doubt onto the investigation. But obviously, I'm living in a world before I died and before Trump was president and when things made sense.
Well, yeah.
Nowadays, the mobster's the president. So, of course, what he says, and we elected him, we put him in there. So when I'm like, why do you listen to what the mobster says? He said, this investigation's phony, but you're the crook. You're the crook that the investigate. Why would you? I didn't do it. Why would you listen to that guy? Because that's what we do now.
I don't. I try not to.
That's right. On this podcast, we really let Trump have it.
I don't know what the hell we're giving him, but you're doing him a favor when you're talking about him, period. It don't matter if it's good or bad. If you like it, you talking about him. That's all that matters to him.
We got to figure out a way, because every time...
There ain't no way, because he's flipping around it. He watches CNN as much as he watches Fox. He watches all of them. He doesn't care what they're saying as long as they're saying about him.
When he gets mad, we're doing what he wants.
Yep.
When we don't do anything, we're doing what he wants. We're
Yep.
doing what he wants no matter what. Do I sound like I've gone insane?
Yeah. Well, he's president in the store. There's nothing you can do about it. Vote him out when you're able to, if you be able to, when the time comes. Don't know if the time will ever come. I have no idea what's in store for this country after this. I have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow. So good luck. That's all I can say. I'm up there in age. Ain't going to be around much longer. Anyway, and good timing as far as I'm concerned, because if this was going to be, hell, I ain't going to be around for this.
You will get to see him get mad a lot more when his stuff messes up.
What stuff?
You know, when Rudy Giuliani does something to make him mad, or like slips on the freshly waxed floor. Like, Mr. President, I got a brand new strategy for you. Whoa! Right down the stairwell.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't think that would make him laugh. He would enjoy that.
Well,
I guess
that's why I never understood why I didn't give Chris Christie a job, because I thought he would enjoy it. That would have been his. He'd have him around, look at little, big boy, whatever, want to call him or something. He seemed like he would enjoy being able to call him.
You're describing a court jester. But you're right. You're right.
I'm surprised. Julie Ollie works fine for that, what you just described, I'm sure. But it seems like at the time Chris Christie was around, he was the first one. Then when he one of the first people to endorse him, come on board, he would like it.
He doesn't like it. It's hard for him to balance his disgust with his inclination to make fun of unsightly people.
Yeah.
So it's hard for him to get a handle on. Like one day it could be like, ha ha, funny. And the next day it could be like, get him out of my sight.
Yeah.
But I think what you do, that's why in castles, the kings had dungeons. And I'm really surprised that this hasn't been instituted in the Trump White House yet.
For all we know, it could be going on right now. No, that's not true. We would have leaked. We would have known.
Yeah, we don't. If there was a dungeon, are you kidding?
Everything goes on there, ends up, we'll find out about it, because it's a bunch of dummies telling on each other all the time, 24/7.
Stephen Miller, sounds like you're headed for the dungeon. Hey, did you hear, Steve? Sounds like you're headed for the dungeon next week. Oh, I got to call a newspaper.
Yep.
The White House has a dungeon. I don't know how he talks. How does he talk?
Hell, I don't know.
How do you snivel?
Yeah. I'm glad I don't have to look at him no more. I remember when there was a time when they put him on TV. Remember? Send him out to talk to people.
Now he just writes the White House website and puts Mexican gangs are animals on there. A trick. That's a fun, have you stopped beating your wife trick. So they can make liberals mad. Because liberals get mad.
Yeah.
And then they can say, oh, I guess liberals like gangs?
Yeah.
And then liberals like, well, you shouldn't call anybody an animal. And they're like, oh, really? Because you've said, I think you called. It's just terrible. It's just terrible watching it. It's like a cat and a mouse.
Sick of hearing about it.
Like
all of it's awful.
A dumb cat. It's like the dumbest cat and like a really tired mouse.
Well, the dumb cat knows exactly what it's doing. It does all that. It's always stirring up orders anyway in a dumb way that it can.
I mean, like the people in high school that infuriated you, they weren't brilliant. They weren't playing three-dimensional chess. They just walk in and go, hey, shithead, you got a new pimple?
Yeah. Watch your mouth. Yeah.
I mean, that's easy. It's easy to be the Trump administration. It's easy to make people mad and fuck shit up and not get nothing done.
Watch your mouth. I don't need to hear that.
It's easy to let, rich people run the show so that you get a short-term boost in the stock market and that people kind of overlook all the crimes. Did you see the poll, Jackie? I don't know how much credence to put. Oh, credence.
What?
I don't know how much credence to put into polls these days.
Yeah.
But did you see the poll that most people in America, I'm paraphrasing, here pretty much it's like nobody in America knows that the Mueller investigation is uncovered any crimes. They think it's all bullshit. They just think it's all bullshit. They haven't found anything so far.
Right.
That's it.
That's most people believe that?
Yeah, a majority of people in the country think it's not that they think that nothing has been uncovered. Therefore, it's a waste of time. I think the question:
how many indictments has it been?
They don't know.
How many confessions?
Nobody's paying attention to that.
Man, nobody cared,
So maybe us being on here laughing at Trump being a dumbass is actually doing a disservice to the whole country. When really we should be on here fact-based reporting dry ass facts.
Yeah.
Maybe we should change the name of this podcast to Dry Ass Facts.
I don't know about the name, but yeah. There are people who do that better than you and I do, I think. It's probably people, But I know he's had indictments. I know if people going to jail, getting sentenced. I know people, it ain't like nothing. I mean, we hear about something new every day.
Nothing. People think it's nothing. People think it's all bullshit.
Well, people don't listen to that. You're right, but they listen to the damn idiot President Dumbass, excuse my language. As soon as he says there's spies everywhere, Obama put spies everywhere, and everybody listens to that.
when a cop is chasing a crook, is that spying? I mean,
what they did? No, the FBI knew that whether, now we ain't getting into whether the Russians, whether we don't know yet. Something went on, something's going on or did go on, and that's going to come out eventually. But we know for a fact the Russians were trying to get in touch with the damn Trump campaign. They said, we need to find out what the hell, why they're trying to do that. And so they put somebody out there asking some questions. What are you supposed to do? I had some meeting about it. They're going to talk about it. Now, that's how we're talking about dry facts. I don't know all the facts to it. But when they raised a hole of hell, or, you know, President Dumbass, give my language dead, they raised a hole of hell, and Rod Rosenstein said, well, we're going to get to the bottom of this, Mr. President. We're going to find out all about this, and we're going to look into it. So the Department of Justice is supposed to talk to them, but no Democrats were invited, just Republicans. And it turned out today John Kelly went and brought along the lawyer that's defending the president from the Mueller investigation.
And the Democrats are like, you can't have, you brought the lawyer? And they're like, yeah.
Because they do everything. I mean, look at the corruption, everything else. Nobody, I mean, you can whine all you want about it, but we should know by now, whining about it ain't going to change nothing.
Giuliani's like, yeah, that's their plan, to bring the lawyer to the place he shouldn't be. There's nothing, you're absolutely right. What is getting mad or being outraged or mentioning the moral hypocrisy of the Republicans supporting Donald Trump? What has that gotten us? What is mentioning the porn star or the probably, I mean, I'm maybe making a leap here, but the fact that
payoffs, money from Ukraine, you go down the list, it goes on and on and on. But none of it do. You get mad as hell, and you should. You got to do something. You can't just sit there, oh, well, there they go again. You have to say something. I know that, especially the terrible racist things and all that. You can't just sit there and let that idly go by. But racing holy hell over it ain't doing a damn bit of good. And I have a feeling ain't nothing going to get done unless you vote people who going to do something. Because right now, Republicans ain't going to do a damn thing except try to help him as much as they can. Because evidently that's what they're doing.
He come down them stairs and was like, oh, Mexicans are racist. No, wait, I'm racist and Mexicans are shitty. Basically.
Rapist is what
Rapist, that's what I meant to say.
Rapist, yeah.
I said Credence earlier.
Huh?
I said Credence earlier.
Oh, yeah.
Jackie, he rode that escalator down and he was like, Mexicans are rapists. Racist, code words. That's not even a code. Come the fuck on.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Racist, grab him by the pussy. Every one thing after another, every day we were like, can you believe this guy? Then he's president. Nothing we have called attention to has stopped him. If anything, it's all kind of added up to some kind of weird helping him. If we keep at this, Jackie, we're going to crack the code.
Yeah.
We made it to 300. We're going to sit here. It's not futile. It's not just to make us feel better. We're going to crack the code, and we're going to figure out how to get rid of Donald Trump, the president.
Man, good luck. And I'm sincerely mean that, too.
Oh,
good
thanks.
luck. No, please, if you know how to do it, I'm all ears. I'll help you in any way I can.
I mean, you're the one that's been watching all the cable news since we come back to life.
Well, that's all I know how to do. I'm about to say, raising a hole of hell don't do no good, don't help nothing, but the only person I know it helps is me. I used to could take a leave doing this, once a week, getting on here and hollering about this, hollering about that, but I've been out of work for a bit, and all I got time to do is, I stay at home. I help Mrs. Broyles. She had a stroke. Help her out. She's had a stroke it didn't just happen. She's been this way for a while, so,
Why do you not have a store anymore?
Well, I got the store. You got that one now because somebody else's name's on all of them now.
You had like 17 markets, and now now they're Mark's Markets.
Yeah, Mark's Markets now. Well, in the confusion and everything, now you said we was dead. Now, I was hurt real bad, I'll give it that. But once, when you start saying that, when somebody said so-and-so's dead, it gets around everybody.
And in the haze of, is it 5 minutes or 45 minutes or
but
2 weeks?
They didn't know. They thought, well, they're, down the tubes. And I hadn't talked to them in a while because I've been so busy with the Junior Sample show.
You talking about Pinky Piglet, Styron Jr.
Junior, and we were running Jackie's for dogs and Jackie's markets all over and whatnot. But
your face is on half the buildings in Murfreesboro.
Right,
or used to be, I should say.
Well, the face is still there, just not the name anymore. They changed the name because the man.
Why wouldn't they just change the face? See, if they're going to change the name, this is where I got confused. If they're going to change the name, why can't they just change the face? Why did they have to go out of their way?
Well, they got that man that dresses up like me.
Mark
used to play with the dogs. And
Jackie impersonator. He moved back from New York City with Cindy Hatchett.
Them thinking I don't think it was deceitful or mean or anything because they thought I had passed on. And they're like, well, we're going to have to, change, that's going to be sour. Although I will say Colonel Sanders, he died. They didn't take his name or any of that off of the,
No, I think it made it more popular.
Well, for whatever reason, I think she just thought it wasn't in good taste or she didn't want to do it or whatever. And then she realized, what about that man that used to dress up like Jackie? Sure enough, his name, he still dresses up like me.
Right, he was in New York City doing Steel Statue Jackie.
Yeah, I wasn't up there, I don't know nothing about that, but he'd still dress up like me, look just like me, but his name is Mark, so they said, well, we'll keep a picture and change the name. Don't have to do both, I guess. But I don't know legal reason or whatever, so I don't really have, I used to be a spokesperson. I used to go out and, glad hand the folks and tell them, come shopping in the store and this and that, but now I guess this man does it. Mark does it.
I think he's just on the square being really still.
Well, he's still promoting it however they want it.
However they want to do it. It saves them money because he's just working for tips.
He just in one place. He don't have to go all over.
So you ain't got no market now. Legally, I don't see how they could do that because I thought you were protected somehow. But I guess Pinky Piglet Styron Jr. in the end screwed you just like I said.
Well, no, that's not completely true. Listen, they thought that I had passed on. Now, in their defense, when they find out I was still among the living and we got to talk to them, Bostaff Meansy, I'm talking about her.
Graham Bostaff Meansy.
Graham Bostaff Meansy. That's her, and to make up for this, they had a warehouse full of those. You remember the karate hands?
Sure, the karate hands at the dogs.
For a while there, kind of novelty thing that people used to get put on the dog.
You see them in the distance.
What is wrong with that dog? And then they get up close and those hands, So I got a lot of those. I got a warehouse that said in lieu of services renders whatnot, since, there aren't papers.
That's weird.
Since you passed on, there's no paperwork, that is legal. How to do this, but we're just going to work it out this way. So there's 2 warehouses full of those that I guess are mine. But I got to get them out of there because after next week I'm going to start. The bill goes to me to store them there.
I thought that's why we're doing this podcast in the warehouse in the front of one of the. I thought you owned the warehouses too.
Just the.
What are you going to do with all these?
I don't know.
And where are we going to podcast?
I don't know.
Will these burn?
What are they made out of?
They say it's not flammable.
Some of it's hard plastic. That's just going to make a mess. I don't know if it's going to burn.
Did he have any dog gun harnesses left?
If it does, he didn't tell nothing to me about him.
Yeah, that's not cool anymore. He didn't tell nothing to me. Funny.
I didn't think so, but yeah.
So what have you been doing? You're just sitting at home watching TV, getting mad at Trump.
That's pretty much what.
Waiting for us to podcast.
Waiting for it. Like I said, I could take a leave this one time or another. Of course, I had things to do in my life, things to go to, and things that make a difference in the world. But now, just watch the news, get ready to come on here and cuss him. That's pretty much all I know how to do.
Least you could do is get on Twitter.
What is it?
You don't even have any dogs to look after anymore.
No, all the dogs back home, everybody's doing good. All the dogs are just back to normal. The dogs had a terrible, what happened to these dogs, first and foremost. Oh, we already told everybody this already.
Yeah, we don't need to go into it.
But they say they were at the shelter, the jail that the police took them all, confiscated all the dogs in town. Turns out that jail or shelter, they call it a shelter. I call it a jail. Don't matter. It's just what's in the jail. But they say animal shelter. I say jail.
It was dog jail.
That's what it was. That's all it was. The dogs locked up in there. Bless their hearts for not doing nothing. Wasn't their fault. Those dogs, the one that had the gun on his head, was still as could be. It wasn't the dog's fault at all. But they just people went off half-cocked, went crazy, let's confiscate all these dogs. But it turns out that location, that jail, the dog jail, I ain't going to call it an animal shelter no more.
It was a dog jail.
Dog jail had, this is where they contracted, from what I understand, devil worms.
In a way, that's a logical explanation. They had devil worms.
Well, it is what it is. Logical or not, that's what happened. So, that's what it was.
Oh, well, they had a thing in them, a parasite that made them throw up ice cold blood and wake up every morning at 3:17 a.m., 2 minutes worse in Amityville. And they had the glowing eyes that reflected the fires of hell. And maybe in a stretch, I'll give you that a parasite could make dogs hover and leap into the trees.
Well, they'd climb sort of, but they jump real far, I don't know about hovering.
But I also wonder, I mean, I'm no theologian, but devil goes anywhere he pleases.
Oh, devil trick you. Yeah.
And I don't see why we think in this day and age that the devil wouldn't get up a dog's butthole.
That's a regular day for the devil. The devil looks forward to do that. I'm going to put these worms in every dog butthole I come across a day.
That's a good day for the devil.
For the devil, that's a fun time for him. People say, well, the devil ain't going to waste time sticking things up dogs' rear end. Well, the hell he won't. That's exactly what he'll do.
Are we talking about the same devil? Because the devil I know loves to get up a dog's butthole and put worms in him.
Yep.
Or her.
Yep. Possess them worms or whatever. Get those worms.
The demons in the worms.
Yeah.
Now, you say devil worm to a scientist, and he'll be, oh, that's wormus, devilus, that's this and that can cause a peculiar, aggressive behavior and flames to snort out of their noses. But you say it to a regular person, a nice person, they're going to go, well, that means that the devil put a demon up in that dog.
Yep.
And that's what happened here. And all these dogs were possessed by the power of
dog.
Satan.
And they were all, it was convenient. Not like you had to go around town doing it. They was all, the police put them all in the jail right there.
Yeah. And then every dog they met, they give a devil worm to. And every dog they met, they give a devil worm to. And suddenly there's 300, 400 dogs with devil worms in them in a production of Junior Samples, the musical with 3 intermissions. And then towards the end of the, show,
devil had his finger up every one of those dogs' rear ends.
What do you think's going to happen? There's going to be death and there's going to be destruction.
And that's what happened, We couldn't see it at the time, hindsight 2020, like I said earlier.
Oh, should I look that? Where's my phone?
I don't know where it is. What is it?
I'm going to try to look up forever and ever, amen.
Well, thank goodness the dogs are back to normal back home. We need to thank Padre for that. I was trying to thank him earlier. I don't know if I got to thank you in. Bless your heart, he was staying out back at my
homeless priest that Jackie got excommunicated from the Catholic Church.
I didn't have nothing to do with it. I ain't got nothing to do with Catholic town. Right now, I guess I'm probably doing pretty good as far as Catholic town is concerned because he's the new mayor of Catholic town himself.
Catholic town has its own mayor?
Padre, he's back there. He's back in style there.
Is he in the church again, too?
He's in the church. He's back. He's running everything over there.
So if you become a really popular priest, you become the mayor?
Well, in Catholic town, now, the rules don't apply to the rest of Murfreesboro. Just Catholic town. He's just running that part.
I don't know the rules of Catholicism.
You asking me. I don't know either. I don't know the first thing about it, but I know he was excommunicated, and after he pulled the demons and the worms out of these. I guess he exorcised the demons from the worms first, and then the dogs just went to the vet and they were regular, just regular worm. You just got medicine and they're fine.
How did he tried to get rid of these demons before and it didn't work? What caused this time?
Well,
finally
I think
worked.
When he was staying there, he had a little nip every now and then. I had a little whiskey inside, I'd give him some.
You wouldn't give him food, but you'd give him whiskey.
Well, he wanted to earn his own food. He said, he'd sweep up every now and then. I'd give him a blown sandwich or something like that. But he kept to himself. I just gave him a place to stay. But the past 2 weeks, I didn't even think anything of it. He said no. He didn't want nothing to drink. He quit drinking. He was almost like Rocky out there, just
he's doing exercises.
Well, for someone his age, walking, that kind of stuff. He's up there in age like me.
And he wasn't on a shirt.
He wasn't like boxing or nothing. He wasn't hitting a punching bag, but he was out there. What old people do in the morning.
Rocky, I thought.
Well, exercise for old Rocky, which I guess that is kind of last Rocky. I guess he was old now. Now I think about it, but I didn't think that through.
That makes sense, yeah.
Well, anyhow.
Eating an egg, like a prepared egg.
Now, I saw him do that a couple of times. I said, I'll give you a little snort before we go betting out. You got a raw egg? I said, well, hell, I got a raw egg. So I did give him something every now and then.
Well, did he cook it over a fire?
No, he did that to Rocky. Okay. See, that was what made Rocky right there. I guess that's
does
what
make sense. That's what it's the steps. If you say Rocky, what do you what are the first 3 things you think of?
Fight.
Yep.
Boxing.
Yep.
And egg.
Yep. Me too. Steps and gray sweatsuit.
Fight, steps, egg.
Which one is the robot?
Huh?
The robot.
That's Rocky 4. I know all my Rocky well. That's when he was real rich, and he gave his brother-in-law robot. He didn't care for it none. He liked it later when it turned into a lady robot. He didn't like it and talk like a man and a woman voice on it. He liked it then.
Huh. I feel like that's a glimpse into our own future here in America.
Well, maybe.
But I don't know. I guess just Polly fucking a robot.
Hey, watch your mouth. Say it like it.
What happened to Priest Dog?
Priest Dog was one of the first ones that he casted demons out of the worms. He got him back to normal, and then he helped Padre get the rest of the demons out of the worms and all the dogs.
What, is he mayor of anything?
No, he's in Cattleton with him. He back together,
Oh, is he still wearing that collar?
Well, yeah, he's Priest Dog. Yeah, he's wearing a collar, yeah.
It's a good thing they were there. It's a good thing I gave them comps.
I'm grateful. Yeah, I'm glad they were there. Yeah, because it wasn't just them now. There was a lot of things involved. They certainly played a part in all this. I think everybody deserves credit where credit's due, and I need to say right now, before we go any further, I know we've had our differences in the past, and I know there's been misunderstandings and some outright physical violent attacks between us. But I want to say right now, give my best regards to Mayor Ghostburgh.
Ex-Mayor
Ghostburgh, yeah, no longer. And the bird people that come along there. And
Mr. Brittlebeak and Eggbottom.
Yeah, Mr. Brittlebeak. I want to thank the three of them for coming in and really having a lot to do with saving the town of Murfreesboro.
Yeah, a lot of shrieking and claws and cleansing fire that didn't really burn the dogs, but it did seem to. That's when the cleansing fire of
it stunned them, and then the priest could get in there and really they were violent. And like I said, they took some of these demon dogs. Dogs, not their fault. They didn't know it was the worms inside of them. The dogs didn't know what they was doing. They were under the influence of devil worms.
Isn't that like body snatchers a little bit?
What is it?
And body snatchers, they get devil worms. They're aliens. It's not their fault.
I don't know. Could be.
A little worm goes
alien.
up in them.
This ain't alien. This is
no, it's devil.
Devil, yeah, devil.
No. Not alien. That's ridiculous. This is
why
devil.
I know it. Don't make it crazier than
Some people say, I don't like a horror movie with the devil in it. That's ridiculous. I say, then where you been living? Look about this earth, man.
That's what the devil is all about. Yeah.
The devil is everywhere. I like it when they got. I grew up going to church. If you put Jesus and the devil and a damn possessed girl pissing on a carpet, or like two Catholic married couples going around playing guitar and helping people out. They got demons in them. I love that.
Yeah.
Make it about Jesus and I'll get all guilt scared.
Yeah, I like it in the movies. I like Catholics a lot better in the movies.
Well, that's still racist.
Well, I just had my differences with them. But let me again, Mayor Ghostburgh, excuse me, ex-Mayor Ghostburgh, excuse me.
Mayor Ghostburgh.
Eggs.
Because he's a bird.
Oh, yeah. They came in, swooped, put that fire, did that power.
People
whatever.
were scared. They thought the birds were coming for them.
I heard something. I don't remember all this.
I think I was dead.
Well, I think at that time I was too, but from people said he just swooped in, and it was like a fire coming. I mean, yeah, and just it was a battle. That
like
was,
Murfreesboro has never seen.
Yeah, unlike any. And this town's seen a lot of things. Provided usually by these
by the
birds,
ghost, which we thought were here for evil and for death and destruction. And then when they become mayor, and then it turns out they were here apparently just waiting for this. Yep. This is what brought them here. They
didn't know that. Sometimes the story's not revealed. Tell us all over. The good Lord works in mysterious ways. I could have swore that the Ghostburgh was more than likely evil and of the devil himself. But Mayor Ghostburgh, that's not the case. Excuse me, ex-mayor. Excuse me, I'm sorry, ex-mayor Ghostburgh. That's certainly not the case, and he imparted some words of wisdom upon us all. Again, I think I was either sick or hurt bad through this. I don't know about dead.
I was asleep, maybe, or dead.
I wasn't dreaming, I don't know, but they already put it on. It's already like chiseled into the Murfreesboro Square in front of the courthouse. The last words of ex-mayor Ghostburgh before it flew off into the sunset, I guess. He just went off, he gone. What was it said? What was it?
He said,
I wrote it down.
I talked to a couple people.
It's in front of the square. If you hear Murfreesboro, go look at it. They chisel it. It's like a statue thing.
Our work here is done.
Yeah.
Balance is restored.
Yeah.
So I don't know, are they good, evil, or are they just all about balance? I mean, Thanos is about balance, so maybe that was in our head. Now, it is up to you.
Yeah.
I think that last part is really something to think about.
It is. Murfreesboro, that's how I took it. We were with you for so long, and we took care of this problem, and now you got to take care of it yourself. So I hope we're up to the challenge, and I want to thank Mayor Ghostburgh for all that he did for us.
Egg Bottom got bit real bad and died. But Brittlebeak
flew off with him, yeah.
Egg Bottom didn't make it.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear. So he used to give his life for
Mr. Egg Bottom give up.
Lord knows how by giving up his life, how many Murfreesboro lives he saved. So, and people had their problems with the government, the way they ran town. I did too. I'll be the first one to admit it. But
there's some others. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I don't know why they attacked so many different people.
That didn't, I don't know. Maybe in training for this, knowing that this was coming. I don't know.
Maybe so. But then why would they attack us? And then it doesn't matter. All that matters is that devil dogs no longer have devils in them.
Or devil worms.
Worms have devil worms in them.
Yeah.
Victor Mileage disappeared.
Now, I didn't see this. I guess just when I was hurt bad, dead of dreaming. They said he literally like a poof of smoke.
Poof of smoke.
Poof of smoke is what they said. Now that sounds far-fetched, but when you put it in the middle of this story, it kind of fits.
it makes sense because I've also heard that if you go into a graveyard in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
and you sit down cross-legged on the freshest grave,
Yeah.
and you close your eyes, and you say Victor Mileage 3 times fast, that you can hear in the still of the darkness Victor Mileage directing a production of Miss Saigon with the Glee Club of Clear Lake, Iowa.
Wow.
But it's probably just another urban legend, Jackie. You know how things are in small towns. People get to
say
gabbing.
things, get to make a thing bigger than they ought to be, yeah.
Turns out my daddy has also disappeared. He never got a chance to warn me. I'm assuming it was about this whole devil dogs, the Satan, Ghostburgh thing.
He might have had a vision or something, yeah.
I did hear that he, from one of the Numpos, all the Numpos moved back here from Kansas, and they're working with Mr. Dodge to turn the abandoned Sniffy Smuff theme park, Numpo Town, into a Tater Log Town. It's going to give lots of jobs to lots of Numpos.
Yeah, and plus that now that this event happened here, they're going to try to milk at it. I know it's a horrible event, but, people go
They
see
got a
Pearl
memorial.
Harbor all the time. People, memorial,
Yeah, they got the memorial. On one side, it's going to be a somber memorial.
History's not always good, but you should always go visit history, no matter good or bad.
Go just look in on it. Say, how you doing, history?
Yeah.
One side, somber memorial. Other side, festive, deep-fried fun in Tater Log Town.
Tater, I still got this tater log in my pocket.
The one you took from my dressing room?
From the night of the show, which I don't know if that was a few days ago or a week or something. But
Well, take a bite, and probably you can tell.
Man, it's cold. It's warm. It ain't hot like you want it.
It's warm from being next to your thigh.
Well, being in my overalls this long.
Oh, how is it?
It's up there good.
Can I have a bite?
Yeah.
I can't tell. I still can't tell. It's hard with these tater logs because they got this protective skin.
Yeah.
Tater log's kind of old when the tater shrivels up and separates from the protective skin a little bit. But I can't tell with this. Everything's so hazy, even these tater logs.
I know things ain't right. But, it don't taste bad either, though. It tastes all right, I guess.
So I guess we're going to need a new mayor here in Murfreesboro.
Well, they're going to have a special election, I think is what I've overheard. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I think
think
they're
about throwing your hat in that ring?
Hell no, I ain't doing that.
See how fast you can fail at it this time?
I ain't gonna know. I did my time in politics is through. I ain't gonna be no damn Marco Rubio say whine and cry about it. Well, I ain't gonna run for nothing no more since nobody like me and I ain't president. A month later, I don't know how to do nothing else but be a damn idiot.
But still nobody likes me.
Nobody still likes me.
Here's the Bible.
How's he win? I don't understand how he wins.
I don't know how anybody wins.
How does anybody? Because who would vote for that man? I don't. Never mind. I don't want to go down that road. But yeah, get on.
You just are watching TV all day.
That just make me so damn mad.
I heard that Miranda Purcell may run.
Miranda Purcell.
Miranda Purcell.
Miranda Purcell.
If she doesn't scare you, no mayoral candidate will. But you know what? I think she may have a hard road to hoe because you know what the rumor is on her?
What's that?
She wanted to get all these dogs and skin them and make coats.
What?
From the dog skin.
That's crazy.
Well, she runs that.
That's sick.
First store, Miranda Purcell, first sale.
I know she had a clothing store or whatever.
She wanted to make the whole time.
No. That's pitiful. She better not run.
But
I ain't going to vote for a woman who's going to skin a dog.
In her defense, when the dogs were attacking everybody in the town, that could have come in handy if most of them were coats.
Oh, yeah.
But aside from that, it's terrible.
No,
it's
you don't
monstrous.
want to do it. It's terrible. Yes, absolutely. You don't want to skin a dog. She ain't got a chance. I ain't going to vote for her. Hell no.
All the Dunlaps are gone. I think most of them went to Kansas. Just sort of swapped them out.
Huh?
Well, because apparently my ancestors, the Dunlaps, in league with Satan for centuries.
Huh.
There was a balance, Jackie, between the Numpos and the Dunlaps, with the Numpos on the side of good and Numpo weed, and, the Dunlaps being, tricksters, thieves, wine guts.
Wine guts, yeah.
Loud of voice, sweat slicked, foul-smelling self-pissers, agents of Satan.
Well, a little too much devil around these parts lately for me, I'll say that right now.
Peter Pump-em-up might run for mayor. He'd be a good mayor.
I'd vote for him. If he can inspire you one-on-one, who's to say he could make a speech inspire the whole town, keep something like this from ever happening again?
Hey, whatever happened to Vince Gill?
He better. I heard that. That law, now victim mileage is gone. She's going to do her little girl show, I think, and that doesn't have anything to worry about any legal problems with that victim mileage. But I heard he went back to that clinic and they took care of that allergy for him. They sent me a picture, bless your heart. It's him with dogs all over him, just rolling around with dogs out there. And that's put behind him. I'm so glad because if you're able to, which Vince Gill, he's doing all right. He can spend the whole day out in the yard just rolling around with dogs, and if you're able to do that, I think everybody should. So good for him and good for Miss Amy Grant. I'm happy for both of them. I'm glad that. Why
didn't you roll around in the yard with dogs? With your what happened to your 4 best friends?
Well, Barkey, you talking about Barkey Ranger?
Do you have any other friends?
That's the friends. My dog friends, anyway. I loved all these dogs, but these other dogs don't remember nothing. All the dogs that had the devil worms in them, it's just like they just blacked out. They don't remember nothing, which is good, and I understand that, and I'm glad. There'd be problems otherwise, but at the same time, it's like I drove those dogs back and forth into town, out and up both time, back and forth all day long, and I thought, when you remember them. All the times I drove you and all of that, I don't remember any of it. But Barkey Ranger and his friend, they were the only dogs that weren't, infected or possessed or had worms. They were doing fine, and they assisted and helped in this battle. From what I understand, I didn't see all this. This was, hear tell after it all over. And helped out Padre, ex-mayor Ghostburgh, Mr. Brittlebeak. Who's the other one?
Eggbottom.
Mr. Eggbottom. Jester, Ranger Barkey, and Jester's friends, they were in there fighting these demon dogs just as well. And I guess just learning from Priest Dog, seeing him cast out the demons or whatnot, and they were able, I guess they picked up on that or however, but anyhow, they were part of all that, and I think in seminary to become priest dogs themselves over in Catholic Town. So
they're in seminary?
I believe so. That's what somebody said, yeah.
So these 4 dogs are becoming Catholic priest dogs, too?
I think there's going to be more of them now since they,
wow.
Yeah. Good for them. I'm just glad they got a good home because I know Padre, now that he's not drinking, lives in a house, he'll be able to take care of them. And that's all that matters to me.
Right, because he's got that big mayor's mansion, I would imagine.
Well, yeah. It looks like a little, where the Pope lives, one of those little things.
But
like
a miniature
Yeah, real small Vatican house sort of thing.
I also heard those New York dogs, the tough little dogs with the little bowler hats.
Oh, yeah.
They helped out. They're tough. You don't want to take them on a fight. They're little, but they'll nip at you.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they stayed on the good side. They helped us out. Yeah, from what I understand. I think you told me. Yeah.
I don't know. I heard there's 1 or 2 of them left around, but I think most of them just went back to New York City. It's just too slow down here. Everybody voted for Trump. They're like, I'm going back up.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Well, that's home to them. So
yeah, they're from the streets. That's what they know.
And that dog be able to get back. I know that movie where a dog go cross country and back. Dog get home no matter where you take them.
That's what I heard. That's what I heard they were saying as they left. They're like, yeah, it's like that movie. We'll be back when you at least expect us.
Yeah.
I don't know if they said that. I think it was more like woof woof.
But a dog, cat, I think, and another dog
Canary.
went, I don't know, I can't remember, but went across the country and back. Can't remember the name of it, but that's that old Disney thing. And they talk, but they didn't talk.
Yeah, that's like these dogs.
They talk, and the mouth didn't move. You know,
like you just hear them in your head.
You could hear them in your head.
Yeah, that's like these dogs.
Yeah.
That's good news about Vince Gill just rolling around with them dogs. That we sure could use a little good news.
That's what I wish I could
Should I
switch
play
over.
Anne Murray?
Wish I could switch over channel after watching this news and getting mad as hell and getting excited to come in here and cuss the president. If I could just change the channel, if they was just on 24/7, Vince Gill out in a big field, big, just green, pretty. 28 dogs, all Labrador, all different kinds. Just him rolling around out there, and that'd be something I wish I could. You know, I'd some singing too. Sure, I just have his music playing while he ain't actually singing because he's too big. It's hard to sing when you got dogs all over you.
That's true.
But you could play his songs behind it and watch him. That somebody needs to think about that. He's able to do it now too, for real. He can really do it. So somebody
you could have Amy Grant dressed as a little girl watching him on TV in the side of the field.
Sure, throw it in there. Don't bother me.
You could have Mirabella Genesee as her understudy.
Well,
I heard they're shutting that play down just now that Victor Mileage out of the picture. They're gonna she's really gonna pour some money into it, and they're really gonna. And while that's down, Cindy Hatchett's gonna do "Smooth Up In You," the Bullet Boys in You jukebox musical collaboration.
I don't know about that.
Well, she's here in town now since impersonator Jack Mark's Markets.
Best of luck to her, but I ain't nothing I care too much about.
Sounds like a lot of good news. And Murray, I'll do you one better. We sure could use a lot of good news today, and it seems like we got it. Only a few people are dead, apparently.
Don't have all the names. Maybe I don't want to go down the list yet because we're not sure. They're still identifying bodies.
Some people dead come back to life.
Well, there's,
and some people
dream maybe. I don't know.
Apparently, now that the moonshine clamshell is going to be turned into the Tater stage, blood altar. It was a blood altar.
I hope someday that they'll do some, good shows there because it's still, even with all this happening, it was a great venue. There wasn't a bad seat in there. You could see it up on stage no matter where you were sitting there.
Vince Gill to roll around on that stage with dogs. I mean, that sounds like a show to me.
Well, if I had my druthers, the first thing I would do is get right back on that horse and get that, because that was good. That Junior Samples musical was something else. The Junior Samples musical with 3 intermissions was going to be a hell of a... Hell, it started out as hell of a show. Everybody was there. But after this incident... I've been informed, that the Junior Samples estate is giving us cease and desist order. Can't have anything to do with that because they don't want to have any affiliation with their cult or anything like that. They don't, which I understand.
I understand too. It just seems a little. I mean, basically, we're talking about some dogs that got some worms.
Yeah. Devil worms, granted, but it wasn't. It's not like that was in the store. Sure, they were acting like sick dogs, but they weren't devil dogs in the show. They were devil dogs, ghost dogs acting.
And there were some human sacrifices here during the production.
But that's not. Well, that's allegedly too. So we'll,
And apparently, my daddy got worms, devil worms, and I think regular worms.
Yeah,
and. When he was on a drunk, because apparently he got really drunk. This is a funny story if you want to go back to how it all began. He got really drunk and got picked up by the damn dog catcher because he was barking around. He was pretending to be a dog. He was real drunk. He was pretending to be a dog. He's an old man.
Sound like your daddy, yeah.
Just pretending to be a dog. And the cops were like, hey, let's just... Dunlap gonna be a dog. Let's call fucking dog catcher on. So it was just to humiliate him, but to be funny. Let's be honest. So they put him in a net, throw him in the thing. So he winds up in dog jail right after the whole Jackie's Guns for Dogs. What was the name of that store?
Just Jackie's for Dogs.
Jackie's for Dogs.
They have guns in it. Damn, that was
there was a
one-day thing. It didn't,
So he was in dog jail and got worms pretty fast. And because he's so feeble-minded, like many of the Dunlaps, that's why they pledged to the side of Satan, because it's easy for him to take over their feeble minds. Apparently,
pitiful.
Well, the wine gut thing and
there's no excuse to cozy up to the devil.
It's no excuse to cozy up to Satan at all.
Nope.
And my daddy, he was drunk. He had the devil worms in him. He got all Amityville'd out. I don't know if he killed anybody, probably not. But as soon as he started sobering up, he snapped out of it. Just like he was drinking, same exact thing happened with Padre. It's like a mirror image. He was drinking raw eggs.
Yeah.
I think he tried a sit-up or two.
Good.
The Dunlaps would be like, hey, you want a sip of this? You want a toke of this numpo weed? He'd be like, no, not right now. Maybe later, after I chop this numpo up. And then eventually he snapped out of it. And he come down to warn me. But he was a little crazed at that point. That's when he smashed the Tater log case. Turns out, now this is all through the grapevine column of the Numpo Gazette. Turns out, my daddy promised his firstborn to Satan if he got funding for a Snuffy Smith theme park. Or a knockoff Sniffy Smuff theme park.
Oh,
I'm his firstborn.
well.
I think he thought he was tricking the devil because I'm real old. I'm older than... I'm not a baby. Like Rosemary's Baby. I'm older than that.
No, that was a baby.
That was a baby.
You're almost 50 damn years old.
I don't know that I would say.
Well, that's closer to that than any other age.
I'm a millennial, I would say. I'm in that weird zone.
No.
Listen, here's another thing. This is funny. Victor Mileage, when this show was going to shit and Amy Grant was fucking with him.
Hey, watch your mouth.
And people were dying and he thought it was all fucking over.
Hey.
And he thought, this is my last fucking chance.
Enough.
He thought he'd trick the devil also. And he promised me to the devil also.
What?
He said, I'll give you my lead actor. And the devil's like, Vince Gill? And he was like, oh, fuck. And that's when he put plans in place to eventually make me the lead actor again. Because nobody wants to give Vince Gill to Satan.
No.
But nobody gave a shit about me. That's pretty good. Here's the thing. I was up in New York City, and I just had sex with a rat.
All right. I don't want to hear any more. Enough. I don't want to hear any more about this.
That's just a saying.
What is it?
That's just a saying they have in New York City.
Well, I don't want to hear it.
For when you're sleeping on the streets.
Let him say it up there. I don't want to hear it.
And you're on a weird combination of drugs.
Well,
I didn't have actual sex.
well, I don't want to hear about actual.
What am I? What kind of
pretend to
edgelord, basic ass bullshit
It
podcast?
don't make any
Forget
difference.
I said that about the rat.
Don't you the one that said it? I didn't
That
want to
was
hear
a
it to
mistake.
begin with. Well,
I've been talking for an hour and 23
Enough
minutes.
of it. Just turn this thing off.
Nobody had. I said, you know what, Satan? I'll give you me if you make my Junior Samples the musical a success. Now, I don't think. Yes, the show was great. My performance was awesome.
The show was going fantastic until
But I would say, technically, it was not a success because of the dog attacks and then the birds and then the exorcism and the worms coming out of the dog butts and then people dying.
Yeah.
Nobody had sex with a rat.
No. You the only one that's talking about that for reasons I don't understand. That ain't got nothing to do with the story.
No, it ruined everything.
Yeah. But also, we're not going to be able to do the show anymore or get it back up on its feet because of all this devil business, which is totally understandable. The Junior Samples estate do not want to be affiliated with the occult in any way, shape, or form,
No.
which I understand.
I understand.
You want to keep his image pure, simple, fun, country, hee-haw. That's what you want to think of Junior Samples. You don't want to think of dogs ripping people's throats out and Satan and worm, all that. You don't want that.
Just the worms. You don't want to think about that.
Yeah, absolutely. It just gets worse and worse, yeah.
No, I'll tell you what. Theater sucks. I'm going back to my original plan of world domination. I mean, I don't know. Lately, I just feel like I need to set my sights higher. I think I could really do some important work out there in the world in terms of gnashing and wailing. Gnashing of teeth and wailing. I'm just talking about making people suffer. I think that I've got something. I'm not saying that the devil's going to hold me to, because as far as I'm concerned, that's all off.
Well, good.
I'm just saying, since I had this deal with the devil and I was promised to him by 3 different people, I've been thinking a lot about world domination, sort of setting up some sort of command throne where I rule the entire world, and I cause suffering and a hellish hellscape across the entire globe.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm talking about people bowing down on their bloody knees to worship me.
What?
Or maybe I'll just get a job at Subway. They had something
hell
open.
with this. So you need to go see somebody or something. I might need to give Padre a call.
You're the one that's crazy.
What?
You're watching the news all day.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's Little Good News by Anne Murray.
I like her. Yeah, she good.
Now's the time that we both have to go. Our podcast come out really great, we know. Our time is at an end, so until we meet again, we'll just have to say goodbye, friend. Saying bye-bye always brings us down. But our bags are packed and we have to leave town. A postcard to you we will send if a stamp to us you'll lend, so we can write and say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye,
I think you best get to church this Sunday. I may be busy. Of course, that's when all the news morning shows come on Sunday. I'm going to want to see, I got to keep up with things, and, but you need to just think about maybe getting into a, have you been baptized yet?
I mean, I get baptized. I've been baptized a few times. Just because I think it's funny when the preacher dunks me under to flail and thrash around, get everybody wet up there. Sometimes I've been sprinkled a few times too. It just depends on if there was a church that had supper on the grounds,
Yeah.
or if they had good sausage and biscuits in the morning,
Right.
or if it was somebody like having a birthday party after church.
Let's find
get
us
some
a
cake.
Let's find us a church doing all this Sunday. Go, it ain't gonna hurt you. Get baptized again. Maybe talk some sense into you. Maybe take a little of this, or go over to see Padre. I'm sure he'd work something out with you without having to do too much weird Catholic things to you. Touching you or anything like that. But I just think to be on the safe side after all that we've been through, it might be, do you a little good to get a little churching up, or let Padre perform an exorcism on you.
You know what we should do, though, actually, is make a little good news by Anne Murray our new theme song.
If we can get the rights, I don't know. She may not want to have anything to do with the occult and the devil either.
What if we turned it to about Trump? Like Trump, Mueller arrested Trump and threw him in a jail across town.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Jared Kushner hurt his toe on the stairs when he was falling down.
Yeah.
A little good news today. I hate Trump, and I'm going to take over the world in the fury of blood.
All right.
Anyway, I'm glad that we're both alive, Jackie, and I want to thank everybody for listening to us for 300 episodes. Really something special. My heart is just swole up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. Also, I'm proud.
Other reasons,
Yeah.
Yeah.